Hey guys, it's your boy MKS here, back here with another video. Hope everyone's well. Thought I'd finally get round to making part 3 of this list video that I was making because it's been a couple of days since I got right. Unfortunately, I didn't get round to making part 3 yesterday as perhaps I planned. But anyway, unfortunately, things aren't going so well at the moment. So as I said in some of my previous videos, this is one of my football videos. So if you don't like football, this is probably not going to be a video that you're going to enjoy as much, but I'm afraid. But hopefully as many people as possible will support my channel. I really appreciate any support that I get and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, yeah, so I'll say I was thinking of I thought I'd just get around to talking about my thoughts on the Celtic situation. As I said before, I haven't even managed to watch any of the games. I've just gone on what fans have said, and they've said the performances haven't been good enough. So there's big talk about whether we should keep Neil Lennon, Lenny at the helm, or whatever you want to call it, basically as a manager or not, or whether we should replace him, and if so, who with, and that sort of thing. So anyway, I thought I'd get back round to my list. I'll say, sorry to repeat myself, and yes, I can't think of too much to say in the intro, but I'm just going to crack on with this. So yeah, please check out parts 1 and 2 if you haven't already done so. But yeah, here it goes. So number 21, again, like a lot of people are talking about whether we should get rid of the manager or not, or whether he's the right man for the job. And I would love Celtic, as I said before, like to have the best manager, coaches, coaching staff, players, board, investors, sponsors, and whatever, to help us to become the best that we can be. But yeah, so people I think it's part of the equation whether we should get rid of Lenny or not, because I think the other part of the equation is who do we replace them, and how do we know they're going to do any better, and how do we know the players aren't really not putting 100% in, which is not really understandable considering it's such a big season this season. I can't understand why they wouldn't want to put 100% in behind winning this really important season for us. Yeah, I've been listening to some of the YouTube channels from fellow Celtic fans, like a Celtic State of Mind, Ryan118, and Celtic Fans TV, and a few other channels like that, and they've been saying similar things about how the tactics don't seem to be spot on at the moment, or don't seem to be good enough at the moment, and some silly and strange decisions have been made apparently by Neil Lennon and some of the and the coaching staff and that sort of thing. Like the way he set out the team hasn't been good enough and that sort of thing. So I think part of me does think this, with the bad result against our rivals Rangers, this was going to be a big week to see how we bounce back. So I'm not sure why the players don't seem to be, from what I've heard anyway, as I say, I didn't manage to watch the games but so far, but they have apparently not been really performing as well, which I don't understand. Even if players don't want to be there and they want to move, surely it's going to put up their value if they're part of the season that wins the 10th trophy in a row. So I don't understand why everyone at Celtic wouldn't want to put everything they can into making this happen. So it's a bit worrying at the moment, yeah, I'm wondering if Lennon's up to. I know some people are saying it's a knee-jerk reaction, or it's only been a few games, but some people have said the performances haven't even been good, and already being 6 points behind and that sort of thing. But I hope he can turn it around. But what I would ask any Celtic fan is whether, if it was another person other than Neil Lennon who's so connected to the club, would you sack him after these performances and results, or would you keep him? And if not, then why is it different if it's Neil Lennon? Because surely the results are the same. If the results are as bad as this, then it doesn't really matter who the manager is. Surely they're the ones who have to, like, the buck stops with them, because you can't get rid of the whole team and get new players. But unfortunately, we're going to have to wait quite a while for the next transfer window as well. We were really excited about the transfers. They seem to be really good, but at the moment they've not seemed to cut it for whatever reason. So hopefully that will change. Number 22. On that note, I don't want the video to be too long, so I'm going to try and get through each point a bit quicker. But yeah, so hopefully things will change, and hopefully, but I wonder if maybe there does need to be change in the manager. And if so, one point I was going to make, and I nearly forgot, is that surely that change needs to come now, because if it's going to come, because if a new manager does come in, or even even if he has an assistant manager or whatever, a new person at the head, basically a new manager is going to need extra time or more time to ensure that he implements his philosophy onto the team. Like, I don't really care who the manager is as long as they win. I don't really have to like them, but obviously if they do win, I'll probably like them more anyway. But so to me, the most important thing is that we win as many trophies as possible, excuse me, especially domestically. So I think if we are going to change, I think change probably should come now, because, or maybe just in a few games. Like, even if people say we won't be ready for the games coming up, like against Lyon, I think on Thursday, maybe a new manager can come in, and even if we lose that game against Lyon, it could be that he implements his new system very quickly, and then we can get a few losses out of the way, but then start winning again and playing good football and that kind of thing. Number 23, if I could, I'd love to fundraise for Celtic, like to buy better players and things like that. But obviously, even if I could fundraise, like at the moment, we have to wait till, like, I think January for the next, excuse me, for the next transfer window. So it's going to take a while anyway to buy new players. But I suppose it would be good to get the best out of the players that are there, the ones that were playing well, to get back into shape, get back into the way they were performing before. They could do it before, so I don't know why suddenly they would stop. And again, if they're not playing for the manager, that's worrying. But I think they should at least play for the fans. They should at least play for pride, or for their family even, or their own personal pride, or something they believe in, especially the fans or the club, especially when you're getting money off the club, to give back. And I think this is such an important season that even ones, as I say, who want to transfer, surely they'd want to perform well before they get a transfer, because then it can up their value and they can say they're part of history, they're part of a team that could win 10 in a row. So I think that's such an important thing. I don't know why they wouldn't want to put 100% into that. 24, I think we've got to come together, Celtic fans, as a fan base, a united fan base, like I was saying on Facebook groups. I think that we should agree to disagree amicably. Like the Lennon in and the Lennon out group, like sort of slagging each other off. And I said, I think we should ask this question without swearing or having a go at each other or being divided. Like, what is your case for Neil Lennon, if I can speak properly, to stay at the club, or as a manager at least, or what's the case for getting rid of him? And I think I'd love to hear those arguments either side, like proper debate, like not swearing or shouting or having a go at each other, but an actual proper debate, say the pros and cons of why he should stay or why he should go, and each side put forward their arguments in a coherent but polite way to say what they think he has to offer, how he can turn it around, and that sort of thing, if anything, or if he really is out of his depth in this situation. Number 25, again, yeah, I'd love to see Celtic win as much as possible. I was hoping we'd definitely win the 10 in a row, and probably even 11 or beyond. So I'm hoping we can turn it around and improve the situation. Number 26, I know I'm mainly talking about the football itself, but I'd love to see Celtic do a lot more work again, what we did before in like places like Asia and Africa. I know that's quite difficult. Some of the fellow fans or people who talked about the charity work said that the Celtic Foundation should, especially when COVID is trying to be dealt with, there's going to be enough problems in Glasgow or across the UK, perhaps, especially in Glasgow, which are going to need to be addressed. But I think as soon as possible, it would be great to do more work in Africa and Asia and places like, again, like to do more for charity and hopefully help other people and that sort of thing. Number 27, on that note, hopefully by helping other people, people see what a great club Celtic is as like family. There's a lot for charity and that sort of thing, and hopefully more people will buy the kits and the brand value will go up and that sort of thing. So hopefully what we give out will come back to us to benefit us in the long run. Number 28, again, I hope we can change this, turn this situation around, and hope the players start playing, clicking together and really believing themselves and recreate the form we have had over the last 9 or 10 years, and continue that, get back to dominating again and winning again, and hopefully you can turn it around as soon as possible. Number 29, I think we need to all come together as well as Celtic fans, and I'd love to encourage as many people as possible to become Celtic fans as well. But I'm trying to think of any positives, but I suppose we are only like 6 points behind with the game in hand. So in a way, it is possible to turn around, thank goodness. But we do have to make some changes quite quickly. I think we need to start forming. If we keep relying on results to go our way, I don't think that's a great way to do things. And number 30, sorry if I was waffling. As ever, I'd love to hear what you think and what your general thoughts are about the manager or the club or the board or anything else. Anything you want to say in the comment section below. And I'm out. Peace and love.